one of the first things that occurred, which was around the time when I woke up, I think, was that planet Nibiru. There was, it was kind of like when the planet was at the dark. Oh, the energy was just so dense and dark, and like, oh my God, the weather modification and everything was absolutely crazy. And personally, it was an awful time for me. I felt like I only had like my head above the water, so to speak. It was just so dense and dark outside of that. And there was only two things that like kept me alive, which was sound and light, frequency, that kept me going, and some connections that I ended up making. But, I had heard that, a lot of these entities that were here, the reptilians, the Dracos and whatnot, they removed them off of the planet, and they put them on Nibiru and stacked their energy in little black boxes, and the planet grew in size, because I guess they were saying that that Nibiru planet like only orbits like, 26,000 years or something, which is, so it came by and they stacked it up and went back out into orbit, somewhere. So that was one of the first things that occurred. And then they termed the hell planet, even though this is hell, this is hell down here. But they termed that the hell planet. So that was one thing. And then, if you notice, you see all of these so-called people resigning from this position, in the corporations or government, or this person's dying and leaving the planet and all of this. There's been a lot removed, and none of this is an accident, so that's like, taking all that negative and off of the planet. So that's what I heard. Anyway.
I'd say you're in the right place right now to get the real guidance and the real education of all the, whatever you want to call it, teachings or guidance that's seemingly being offered to the humans through books and technology and everything. The new presentation is the only one that is presenting the way for us to earn our way out of these psych realms through the universal guides.
Yeah, and I did hear the other day, because I wondered myself, with this reincarnation cycle, how they, had us all hooked in that, where, we'd be reincarnated, and we wouldn't be able to, get out of here, so to speak. I did hear that was all going to go away also. And it would not exist anymore in that way. So that everybody would wind up being able to, leave if they want to and gain their freedom. But I'm not sure about that, of course. But it's just something I heard.
Yeah, Tim has his own radio show. It's called Tell It Like It Is, Tim, on Wednesdays at, I think, 3 p.m. PST.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you can hear it on Blog Talk Radio. All the recordings will be there, but you can listen live and call in too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you go to our website, wonderfulworldwideeducators.com, under the Become Involved tab, there'll be a link to the Blog Talk channel we have.
Yeah, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a Skype room. It's called the Humanitarian Network. And, I post a lot of the stuff that, you guys end up posting. And so I post it on there, and, other people have become a little bit curious as well.
Yeah, it's cool. We got to creatively share what makes sense with people. And
Yeah.
No, it's not about convincing people, just presenting what makes sense, and yeah, people decide. But it's fun, the adventure. So yeah, it's cool.
I
And
think so.
are you on Facebook, Carol?
I am on Facebook, but I don't go on there. I've never really liked it. It's just, because I know it's the CIA and, Zuckerberg. I just don't like him. So, Facebook isn't one of my things, but I am on there.
Okay, well, there's plenty of people out there and all sorts of interesting groups that can be reached via Facebook. But there's, other ways. There's Instagram, Twitter. You can go and sing and dance in downtown New York. Whatever you want to do. So.
Yeah. But I'm very new at this though.
Oh yeah, I understand. I was just saying because we have like hundreds of groups on there, and Dwayne's every time he writes a title or an article, he makes a group about it. And so people join him, and yeah, like when Tim goes live, he didn't know anyone on Facebook when he first got a Facebook a few years ago, and now he gets all sorts of people watching his live videos, and yeah, it's an interesting way to connect with people. It's just one thing we do is why I ask.
Plus, even though it is CIA and stuff, maybe some of those operatives that are, monitoring your stuff, monitoring what we share, might actually pay attention to it. And learn something.
Yeah.
So there's that possibility too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's all monitored. I mean, all of this stuff is all deep state anyway.
Yeah, the way I see it is that there's just so many people now, especially us here, with the awareness that we don't have to live like this. We're these awesome beings of light. There's no reason why we should agree to this anymore. And so with that awareness and that recognition, we can actually create a new position. And that's why Dwayne talks about universal positioning. So we don't need the collective agreement of each other and others and things. But when you really recognize what you're agreeing to and recognize what you can and see that makes sense to create, then we can do it. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool how life works. And when you recognize it, you can change things. So,
yeah. And like the people that that aren't awake yet, they provide a market for all of the stuff that they have out there, like the GMOs, and they're not aware of it, so they keep buying it. So there's a market for it. Or just in my opinion, going to church, that's still being in these systems, and not really knowing, that they're feeding the beast, and it's, and by not, saying no, that it's acceptance. So the more people that stop engaging and say no, the better off.
yeah, and we don't even have to say no. We just create a new way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean by like saying no, I guess. But but when you first wake up and stuff, and then you come across all these things, it's like, oh my gosh, this can't be real. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, wow, we agreed to come here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can't believe that it's it's just when you wake up, you just can't believe it. It's just like, no way.
Yeah, and realistically, none of us have really woken up to the true reality life is, because we're still here.
Yes.
But yeah, I know what you mean. It's hard to believe just how bad it is, and then it's like Dwayne says, it's not about belief. It's just about seeing, paying attention, and that's why we do share what's really taking place, because it gives people a perspective. It's like, wow, yeah, you're on a purposely poisoned prison planet. What are you gonna do? Instead of just being on a purposely poisoned prison planet and going along with it unconsciously, like the masses do.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually better to see what's really going on and start figuring things out while you're here so that you can become more aware. It's a real adventure, yeah, and it's so cool that we have a group of people that see what makes sense for everyone. So, yeah, we can create, like, anything you can imagine is possible in creation, and then a whole lot more beyond that. So while we're here in creation, let's do the what's unimaginable, and you can't see it right now. We can't see it right now, but whatever you can imagine, we can do. And so yeah, it's gonna be an adventure, but at the same time, it's a challenge.
What I'm really like looking forward to is, having some experiences, like with the guides and stuff like that, because that's just really fascinating. And anything with regard to that, I love to hear about.
Well, yeah, that's easy. That's just your focus. Like when I first started seeing the new you, I've written about it in my book. I had these awesome experiences. It's really cool with the guides and unbelievable things I didn't even know were possible. I couldn't imagine. And yeah, like I mean, now things are a bit different with my real side experiences, because I'm not so much focused on those experiences. I'm more focused on getting things done here, and so my experiences kind of guide me through what I can do here for everybody, because that's my focus. And at the same time, yeah, sure, I still see the guides. It's just the experiences are kind of less romantic or adventurous, you might say. But like I said, it's about your focus. And
are you Randy?
no, my name's Henry.
Henry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here with Kelsey.
Oh, okay. All right, because I didn't see your name down here, so okay.
Yeah, but you can read about Dwayne's and other people's experiences, and you're going on the adventure with your imagination, and then whatever you do or don't see on the real side, you got to look and see what part of you is creating what you're experiencing and seeing.
Yeah, because I never like remember my dreams or anything, and it's few and far between. And then I because I've been trying to kind of like gear myself into starting to do that. And I ended up having a dream the other night. I couldn't believe it. I had a dream, and I woke up, and it was what I remember is I like appeared like in this big desert type of thing, and I knew, and it kind of reminded me of maybe like Australia, like it was all just desolate, and I knew that it wasn't like that. It was lush before, and I come out, and there was all of these birds, these different birds, different types, styles, all these birds. And I said, I said, okay, come on, let's go. It like we're gonna go, and I was like going to take all those birds and everything, and we were just going to go out in this desert and create our whole, beautiful, lush environment and really make a difference type of thing.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's what we've got to do is our big project. I don't know if you've read the turf project proposal plan on our turf website or other websites, but what makes sense is that we create self-sufficient communities for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's, what a lot of us have seen on the real side is like that. We can go anywhere in the world. I've been studying soil biology lately. And everywhere in the world, there's all the minerals and nutrients required for any plant you want to grow. There's thousands of times more minerals than you'll ever need. But what you need is the biology in the soil to break down those are inorganic minerals and nutrients into plant available forms. And you can do that quite easily anywhere in the world. And so we can create these communities anywhere in the world according to what different groups of people want to create. Some people want to have food forests. Some people like the desert. Some people want to be breatharians. Some people want to eat meat. Whatever they want to do. But the idea is to support the natural environment and become aware and begin to understand what that is and how that supports them. And yeah, let's team up with the birds and all the animals because we've destroyed their environment. So let's bring it back, and we can have some fun here. We can experience, what does make sense, and then there's a whole lot more. Like I said, that whatever you can imagine beyond that we can create as an adventure out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very cool. That you should write that down, and yeah, you just keep seeing that and keep singing the New Year. It really helps you to focus before going to sleep. Let go of all your personal stuff and just get focused on paying attention to the real side. And then again, when you wake up, it really helps too to focus on what you were just experiencing before you get on with things. And you can train yourself, tell yourself, oh, I'm going to wake up at this time with or without an alarm. You don't really need the alarm. You just train yourself. Wake up half an hour earlier than you have been, so you have half an hour to lie there and write down your experiences and remember them or record them on the voice, or 10 minutes earlier, whatever you want to do. So it's like Dwayne keeps saying, is you got to see what your focus is. And is it, what did he say today? Is it your next meal, or is it becoming more aware? So, okay, guys. Well, it's been an hour and a quarter. And thanks for coming along. Everybody's always welcome to share. So if anybody wants to say anything else, go ahead. Otherwise, we can sing the New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed listening to everybody.
Yes, thank you.
New